Welcome to our bedtime story channel here. You'll find enchanting fairy tales and soothing stories designed to help little ones. And you drift peacefully into sleep. Close your eyes, relax, and let the magic of storytelling carry you into sweet dreams.
In a small town along the Ohio River lived a young man named Michael. He was poor, with only a fishing pole and a small wooden boat. Yet Michael had a generous spirit. Whenever he caught more fish than he needed, he gave them away to hungry families. The townsfolk admired him, though he never sought praise. He believed kindness was its own reward. One winter evening, Michael saw an old man shivering outside the town church. Without hesitation, Michael removed his own coat and wrapped it around the stranger. The old man's eyes filled with gratitude. "You have given me warmth," he whispered. Days later, Michael heard music drifting from the park. The same old man stood there, playing a fiddle. When Michael approached, the man smiled and said, "Your kindness will not be forgotten." He handed Michael a cloak shimmering like silver moonlight. "Wear this, and you shall be unseen." Michael tried it on, and instantly he vanished. He gasped, realizing the cloak's magic. But Michael was not selfish. He decided to use the cloak for good. That night, he slipped into the mansion of a banker known for cheating farmers. Michael took sacks of flour and left them at the doors of struggling families. By morning, whispers spread of a mysterious helper. Michael continued his secret mission. He punished cruel men who exploited workers. He placed coins in the hands of beggars. He stopped corrupt officials by striking them unseen. The town buzzed with stories of an invisible guardian. Some feared him, but most were grateful. Michael felt joy knowing he was making a difference. One day he traveled to Washington, D.C. Wearing the cloak, he wandered through the grand halls of government. He saw endless riches stored in vaults, while outside, countless families starved. Michael carried food and money from the vaults to the poor. The leaders grew suspicious as wealth disappeared. Guards searched day and night but found nothing. Rumors spread that heaven itself was punishing greed. But one evening, while escaping a senator's mansion, Michael's cloak snagged on a nail. A small tear appeared. He patched it with ordinary cloth, thinking little of it. Yet the patch weakened the cloak's magic. The next time he entered the treasury, guards saw a faint shadow. They set a trap. Michael was caught. The leaders ordered him thrown into prison. The townsfolk mourned, for their invisible guardian was gone. Meanwhile, a foreign power threatened war. Their armies marched toward the capital. Soldiers fought bravely, but were overwhelmed. Panic spread through the city. From his cell, Michael heard the cries of battle. He begged the guards to let him fight. "Give me a chance," he said, "and I will save this land." The desperate leaders agreed. Michael donned the cloak once more. Though torn, it still held some magic. He slipped unseen into the enemy camp. With swift strikes, he defeated their generals. Soldiers fled in terror, believing ghosts haunted them. The invading army collapsed. Victory was won. The leaders praised Michael as a hero. They freed him from prison. They offered him land, wealth, and even a place among the nation's honored men. But Michael remained humble. He accepted only enough to continue helping others. He built homes for the poor. He shared his riches freely. He never forgot the cloak's lesson. True power lies in kindness. The people called him the Invisible Patriot. Songs were sung of his bravery. Children dreamed of his adventures. Farmers prayed for his protection. Merchants feared his justice. And the cloak, though worn, was treasured. Michael kept it safe, using it only when needed. He taught his children to value compassion above wealth. He reminded them that courage comes from the heart. Years passed and Michael grew old. He no longer needed the cloak. His deeds had already made him unforgettable. The cloak was placed in a chest, hidden away. Some say it still waits for another kind soul. Others believe it vanished with Michael's last breath. But the legend endured. In every town, people told the tale of the Invisible Patriot. They spoke of his generosity. They honored his courage. They cherished his wisdom. And they remembered that one act of kindness, giving a coat to a stranger, changed everything. Parents told their children, "Be kind, for kindness is magic." And so the story of Michael, the Invisible Patriot, lulled countless little ones into peaceful dreams.
Thank you for listening to Bedtime Audio Channel. We hope you enjoyed tonight's story and that it brought you peace and sweet dreams. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can join us every night for another magical bedtime tale.